Welcome, you beautiful people, to another episode of the Out of Many podcast presented by myself, the one and only Koko Diva, and live in the building as always. You know what? Of the boss, man.
You know already. DJ Stylah, only one DJ Stylah, because I
Only
never
one.
two or three. Hear that?
Never.
That is
People. Today's episode is sponsored by the Dream Experience London. So if you have any events that you'd like catered for, please contact DJ Stylah and company. And also Entity. Yeah, those are our
Big up
sponsors for
Entity.
today. Big up on yourself.
Big up, big up Entity differently. You guys,
Yeah.
if you want to know what is Entity, type in Entity, type in Carib Culture and check it out. Trust me.
Right there, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so beautiful people, yeah, we're here again for another
There.
amazing show with the amazing people them.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a nice show today, cause I feel
Yeah.
like we got quite a few topics to touch on. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Quite a few little bits and pieces. Even some things that I'm even shocked
Yeah.
to see and hear about. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, let's just get straight into it.
Mom, Miss Makusha, come back.
Wait, before we get straight into it, I had to copy the cushion today still.
Yeah.
Before we get straight into it, big up the people them that follow us on TikTok. Make sure
Yeah.
you're following the social media pages.
Yeah.
I see some of the comments over there, it's all kicking off
It's
over there.
kicking
I think
off.
we ruffled a couple feathers.
Yeah,
That's it.
people like something to talk about, you know?
Yeah, so make
Yeah.
sure you guys check out the TikTok. It pop up
Yeah.
on the page any minute now. Check out of Many. Also check out Many 876 on Instagram as well. Obviously, it's a brand new page. We're building it. We're gonna get some more content over there for you guys. All right. But without further ado, I say we jump into the first topic.
What's that?
I say the first for me. I wanted to talk about this because it touches on a broader topic. So what happened was I was on Instagram and I was just scrolling and I saw Konshens, an artist that I haven't seen in a minute. When's the last time you saw or heard about Konshens, actually?
I'll forget about him too.
Oh no.
Oh, God. I did.
Jaja. Yeah, I saw Konshens, right? And I was surprised to see him on my timeline. Big up Konshens though, because I ain't seen him in a minute. Not saying he's not doing nothing. I just haven't personally seen what he's been up to. But he's got the timeless song in it, Broke Off My Back, and you know he's making money off of that for forever. That's one. I can play that in any setting. That song goes off.
You get hype.
Yeah, that song goes off anywhere I am. Even corporate, I can play that. When they ask for reggae in corporate, I can play that. I can play Serrani No Games.
Okay.
I can play Mr. Vegas Heads High,
Okay.
and I could even play Vibes Cartel Clarks or Summertime. Yeah.
Aye.
and it'll go off. Sean Paul Temperature as well. Those songs will go off. So big up Konshens for that. But I saw him in a different light. This time, he might have on some big boot. You know the big boot to them everybody out here, you know.
Oh,
Big.
jeez.
Look like what gum boot. Look like water boot. So he had on the big the big boot them. Some kind of brand. But Bottega or one of them. You know they make the big boot them. Some kind of brand he had on. And he had on his big old boots and he said that he is gonna be giving it away to a lucky fan. Yeah. And what he did is he proceeded to say that he's only worn them 3 times in the video, and then he proceeded to take out his foot out the boot and show people. Then he said, "Don't watch the toe," but you know people are gonna watch the toe. So you know Jamaicans being Jamaicans, you know it's the terrible and steer bad. So them start custom and I say, "Him and him cheesy foot them." So Jamaicans being Jamaicans start custom and say, him and his cheesy foot them, nobody don't want that and rare and him for take it and give him bread and all but disrespectful things and tell him, cause you know how we stay already, right? Now, my thing is, and then obviously when I see these kind of posts, I'm part of the comment segment parade. I love it. I go straight to the comments, yeah? And I read the comments and I swear the internet is undefeated. So somebody's comment said, why foreigner don't stop send old Brock to us Jamaicans, yeah? And it went on to a bigger topic and a more serious topic where people are saying foreigners love to send old things to in barrel and rare. So I wanted to talk on that. But first of all, I just wanted to say, Konshens, you couldn't put on socks
I was just about to ask that. Where was the socks? Why would I want to put my nice clean foot with your what if you got foot fungus?
So yeah, people was done with him. He then made a follow-up video to explain that his foot is not cheesy and rare.
We can't testify to that, Konshens. I'm sorry. I love you, but no.
So yeah, that was that. So in all seriousness now, so the first thing I wanted to say is there's a huge difference between dancehall or Jamaica culture and pop culture. And the reason I say that is because you know Michael Jackson's clothing. If that was Michael Jackson and he took his same cheesy foot out of the thing, you know, people are killing up themselves for that all over the world.
True.
Yeah, they're bidding, they're buying. Why is it that in our culture, we are custom, man? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying there's a huge difference in cultures. Yeah, everybody, because I feel like we're just scornful, innit?
Really, I try to keep a straight face. The thing with Jamaicans, we don't have no chill. We ain't got no filter.
No filter, yeah.
Right. What we think is what we're gonna say. Worse if you're an elder. But you see the young generation, them coming like the old people, them to make up on themselves. They just say it straight as it is. And to be fair, me no want conscience cheese foot, no, and you're crusty foot in it. No, even if you're disinfected, I still don't want it.
So if it was Michael Jackson or a Whitney Houston who was giving away them boots, would you want the boots?
Yeah, but you see, that's different. Cause Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, that's gonna be worth a few bob. You get me?
Oh, so okay. So now I'm understanding.
I still take it.
So it's not so much alright. So it's not so much the cheesy foot element. It's more who it is.
Who it is? Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what? People, we have to appreciate the realness. She's real. She just admitted it. She said it straight. Konshens, we're sorry. You don't have enough clout.
Yeah.
But he might have some real fans out there that would want that, and but great for them. And I hope he does get to, I don't know, whatever he's doing, whatever. I hope it works out. I don't understand.
Guess who's going back in the comment section?
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna see Koko over there. But okay, cool. So now I understand. So it's not so much the cheesy foot, them, it's more so who it is.
Yeah.
Cool, no problem. So some people's cheesy foot is worth more than other person's cheesy foot, right?
Why you say it like that?
That's what you're basically saying. Yeah, all right, cool, no problem. All right then. So now let's address the more serious issue now. Yeah, the more serious issue, because obviously we are what they would call foreigners, isn't it? Obviously we're Jamaican background, but we live in England, and we are foreigners. So if we send back a barrel to our family, is it a problem, in your opinion, if we send back used items or clothes that have been worn?
I think it depends on how used it is. Like if it's looking like absolutely battered, no, why would you send that?
Yeah.
But if it's something that you probably wore like a one time, cause you know we over here, so if you go to an event, you can't wear back the same clothes. You get me? That's different. So yeah, it's kind of
there's levels to the oldness.
Yeah, there's levels to it. But me personally, right now I'm sending a barrel back home and everything got their tags on it. Because I don't want people assuming that it's something that I've worn before. Yeah. Not to say that they wouldn't be grateful for it. But I just don't know.
Oh, you see me? I care zero, bro. Like I send things back in barrels, and if it ain't got a tag on it, I don't care if they want to feel like it's worn or not worn. At the end of the day, there's someone out there that would be grateful for it. And if you don't want it, then that's just your loss in it. You know what I mean? I've got tons of clothes and tons of shoes that I've worn once or twice, and you can't even tell that they've been worn. They ain't got the tags on, but you can't even tell they've been worn. And rather than me throw it away or bring it to a charity shop or whatever, I'll send it back in the barrel. Fortunately for me, my people them are quite grateful. They've never turned around and said, "Yo, Stylah, where you?" They've never done that. I don't have such high-chested people. You know what I mean? There's always, I go to Jamaica in my own clothes and people are looking to take off the clothes off my back.
It's true.
That I'm wearing.
It's
like
true.
one I see one woman, and I was in a craft market, and years ago I went with my family, and literally, I kid you not, this woman was like, I don't know, maybe 5 foot tall, if that. Her foot must have been about a size 2. Like kid size, and I'm a size 7 and 8. Yeah, at the time I was a size 7. I could wear 8 now. And this lady come up to me and she says, "You like their shoes there?" I said, "I like them too. I'm wearing them, you know. They're my shoes. Like, I like them too." She's like, "Yeah, man. Would I take a look at wear off of it?" I said, "So how you gonna do that?"
You know what I mean? Stuff it with some newspaper.
Yeah, she told me, I take a look at bars. I said, "Okay." So obviously I'm young, and I'm saying to her like, "Raw, like, let me know your size. I'll try and get some shoes down to you, innit? Maybe next time I come, whatever.
Yeah.
I said, "What size you wear?" Hey, the woman, that their size there. You know, I tell her, man, they're such generals, man. I had to laugh. She made me laugh, though. She didn't make me laugh.
She's probably gonna sell that, though, to be fair.
Yeah, probably exactly that. But you see, she don't care. She was willing to take it off my foot. That's what I'm saying. Them people there are people in need. They're either generals and they're trying to make a money, or they're just genuinely in need. You know what I mean? So. Like, for that reason, I don't think it's right. I don't feel like beggars should be choosers. You get me?
True.
And then I know they could turn around and say, "But we're not begging," and whatever. cool, innit? But I just feel like if you're in a position where you need and someone's sending you and they're paying to send as well, I don't feel like we should really be judging whether it's, you know what I mean?
And at the end of the day, be grateful, you know what I mean? Because
that's it. Gratitude.
we've got to go out in the rain, the snow, the sleet, the fog, every kind of weather all in one day just to hustle for £10. So be grateful for when somebody send you a £50 or somebody send you a shirt that they've probably worn 2 times. Be grateful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because there's people out here that don't have nothing at all and there's no one to stretch and say, hey, take this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I guess it's everyone's perspective, innit? Different perspectives.
And I think it's only the attitudes in Jamaica are probably going to get worse from now, because now, as you know, Shein hit Jamaica. Yeah, so before that you kind of couldn't get access to certain things unless you had a link in foreign or America or whatever. But now it's like Shein has hit Jamaica. It can be delivered straight to the island. You know what I mean? And when I go out now, everyone in Jamaica, they look good.
They look better than some of us over
cheap
here.
and clean, but they look good.
Yeah.
Like their outfits look clean and they look a 2-piece them. And you understand?
True.
And I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good. It is good for the people them to buy their clothes and everything turn up. But the business owners now that would buy from Shein in bulk, or maybe even travel to China or Dubai, wherever they're traveling to, and bring back and sell the Shein stuff at a raised price, they can't really do that again.
Yeah.
Because a man can just go and order from Shein himself.
True.
So I don't know, like it's got its pros and cons. You know what I mean? I was watching one of the youth them video, I think it was Kaka High Flames in it and Snow, and they was doing a dancing video in some kind of shopping centre, in some kind of mall. And in the background of the plaza, I saw one of the shops was called Shein. I said,
yeah, they got a Shein thing in Mobby, I think.
Yeah, I said, watch out. Yeah, but is that real? I'm sure it's not the Shein. Like, I'm sure it's just someone that's just called it Shein and is selling Shein products, as Jamaicans do.
With Jamaica, you never know. The Nike's not Nike, the Adidas not Adidas. So.
Oh, what they do have though, they have a Clarks. They have a Clarks store in Jamaica now.
Proper not Chinese Clarks.
No, like the real. Because when I was out there, I was gonna go to the launch, but I missed it. I was too busy. But Leela IK went. I know Energy went as well. Yeah, they have an actual Clarks store in Jamaica. So again, the people them that used to bring in the imported Clarks from England, it's kind of gonna have to come to a little bit of an end. In Kingston anyway, because they have an actual Clarks outlet in Jamaica. I would like to see more. I would like to see like the Foot Lockers them and the JDs them going over there, because Jamaica's people have their money in Jamaica as well. You know, it's not all just about buying $5,000 Air Forces. And I mean, people would genuinely like to buy the real thing. It's just they can't get access to it. And I always find it funny because I always see some stars over there, artists and all sorts. They got their money, but they're wearing fakes, and it's not entirely their fault. It's because it's very hard to get real things on the island of Jamaica because they're just not there. They're trying to them take it over.
It's bro God's fault.
You know what I mean? I always said I would probably open blame Brogan. Poor Brogan, I get blamed for everything. But I always said that I would open up like a store in Jamaica that sold the authentic items for those with their money that want the authentic stuff. You get me? I always said I would do that, but one day I guess I'll get around to it. But yeah, man, that's the topic there of the whole barrel situation. Just one more question before we move on. Question for you. So like how you said you're sending a barrel. When you send the barrel, because just let the people know, how much is it roughly to buy a barrel and get out to Jamaica?
A barrel to purchase one is like probably £25-30 at most.
Okay, yeah.
To ship it, it's about £200, and then you got to clear it. Well,
no, that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, so for those of you that are thinking to send barrels, obviously Koko's just broken it down. So that's what I was going to ask you. It's not cheap. I mean, it's very cheap to buy the barrel. Like you can get it for maximum £40, as Koko said. But then the problem becomes now, and then the bigger problem comes now is on the end where them in Jamaica have to clear it. So what I was going to say is it fair, and do you think it's right? What's right? Do you pay for the barrel and ship it and then let them who's collecting it clear it? Or should you be expected to do the clearance as well? That's what I would like to know.
Wait, this is a sticky one. When it comes to my family, we're very we just do what we need to do in it. So they'll probably clear it themselves, to be fair. Yeah. But everybody has their own
method.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
You know what? I must say, this is my one issue with sending barrels back home. Why on the people I work after they got the barrel and take things?
Yeah. Oh gosh,
it's
that's
a problem.
That's a whole nother.
I sent down a pack of necklace the other day in a barrel, probably like last year sometime, and the whole of the necklace them gone. You know the evil eye necklace. All of them gone.
Boy.
So people, we don't need to stop it, man. We know
Yeah,
it's a
it's not
time hard
good.
on everybody have to
Yeah,
eat
but
a
it's
food,
hard
but
on everyone though, man.
yeah, man. If you go chop the line, never mind. I was gonna say something, but never mind.
Yeah, the people in
Yeah.
our off, you guys are for real, they're wicked for true. You
Yeah, man, it's a
understand?
lot.
And look at, I don't want too loud at the thing, but if you're packing barrel, just, I'm not gonna loud it up too much, but just make sure you pack your barrel good.
Yeah,
And you're supposed to know what I mean when I say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's certain little things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And you put certain little things at the top, and you put certain little things.
Right,
All right, good.
True.
All right, good. So, all right, so that is a topic of conscience and then cheesy foot. Although we can round it up and say that it depends who the cheesy foot is. Whereas of Koko, and that will,
I'll take Michael Jackson cheesy foot any day.
all right, then well, it might not be so cheesy now because it might be a bit
Yeah, man.
ashy, but yeah. Anyway, that is it. Let's
I'll
move
argue
on.
it.
Oh, you're taking this all in?
Of course.
Do you know what? Now you mentioned it, before I move on to the next topic, I know you're not a DJ, but I'm just going to ask you this. Do we cancel P. Diddy? Do we cancel R. Kelly? Do we cancel these people? Or do we, as DJs or in the clubs, or do we separate the man from the music and do we still play their songs?
I think as professionals within the industry, we've got to separate some things. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the issue has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
It's to do with them and what corruption them inner.
Yeah.
Me personally, I still listen to a R. Kelly. I probably still listen to a P. Diddy on the way home. Big up yourself, but you do kind of wrong still.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
toes the backlash, something there.
Do you know what's weird, yeah? As a DJ, it's just so weird. And I think it's because of the type of DJ I am. So I'm now what they call a mobile DJ.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I used to be a club DJ, but I'm now a mobile DJ.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, what mobile DJ means is I'm a freelance DJ. So I've got my own sound, my own lighting. I can go anywhere. I can do birthdays, parties, corporate weddings, and move around and bring the party to you, essentially, yeah? And when you're in that sector, it's because it's private and it's a bit more personal. I found myself feeling a bit of a way before I put R. Kelly on the deck because I don't want to offend anybody.
Right,
because about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I played at R. Kelly, big tune. You know that my mind's telling me no about my body. So I played that now, and I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't thinking about what he did because I'm just thinking he's a bad man artist, and And one girl came up to me and she was like, "Oh no, not R. Kelly," and I and I remember saying to myself, before I opened my mouth, I was like, but hold on, it's her party. Because I was not going to cuss her, but I was gonna like run her.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
I was going to let her know, like, I'm the DJ here and it's a big tune and yes, R. Kelly, but it was her party. So I kind of stopped myself and I was like, oh, and I literally apologized to her. I said, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And then I took it off and she was like, sorry, I should have told you, but we don't want no R. Kelly here. And I was like, no problem. And I found myself since then asking every customer, I've always said, is there any songs that you don't want me to play?
Yeah.
And then they would always let me know. But in the clubs, I just whatever, innit? Like, you know what I mean? So it's really weird. Like, there are some people that will go out their way. But then my thing is, where do you draw the line? If you're going to say no R. Kelly, then everyone that's in jail or being accused of what we should be saying no to this, then, innit? Like, where do you draw the line?
This is what I'm saying. It's not my business. I ain't getting involved.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. For me, I think I'm just going to separate. I feel like the P. Diddy thing is so fresh. I was going to play his song the other day, More Money, More Problems, and I'll be missing you because it's a big song.
Yeah.
And I kind of stopped myself as well because I don't know why, but a weird feeling came over me. Like, what if people start judging me like I'm in support of that? But it's weird. I shouldn't have to feel that way as a DJ.
True.
You know what I mean? So I think, do you know what? I'm playing out tonight in a club. I have a residence every Friday. I'm going to slap it on. I'm going to film it and I'm going to check to see who cares. I'm going to upload it on the media. I'm going to see what I go on. Yeah, I'm going to play P. Diddy on purpose. I'm going to see what I go on. But yeah, man, on the topic of P. Diddy though, what do you think about this whole thing? Do you care? Are you bothered? Do you think it's a distraction? What do you think about it?
I do think it's a distraction. We have other big issues going on, but I also feel I feel sad for the victims. You know what I mean? Like when I'm looking back at certain interviews and I'm listening to the words coming out their mouth. I'm like, oh, so that's what you were saying. Like, you know, my sympathy goes out to Justin Bieber and all the other victims, them and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, sometimes we as people, we kind of know what we're getting involved in, but we don't know how deep, no pun intended.
Koko. Koko, man.
Yeah, we don't know how deep it is. So I just, boy.
Well, considering he has all those oils, it could be very deep. But yeah, that's a whole nother
and don't
conversation.
forget the adult toys as well. There's adult toys.
But all right. But what if he just likes? What if he's a wholesaler? What if he likes to buy and sell?
Man just freaky from a long time.
He might like to buy and sell these things. I mean, like stocking up on adult toys and oil is not illegal.
It's not illegal, but why do you need 1,000 buckle of baby oil? And
it might have been cheaper to buy 1,000 rather than to buy it in bits. It might be cheaper to buy a bulk amount rather than to buy.
Boy.
Oh, playing. The evidence is just stacked up way against him, and there's just too many people saying the same thing. And yes, you're gonna get the wagonists because every time these stories come out, you always get those people. Oh, I've got a P Diddy story. So, where were you? Like, do you know what I mean? But as you rightly said, Koko, I have looked back at some in the interviews, and I'm more concerned for those people, the ones that were talking when the whole thing wasn't exposed. They're the people, the ones that come out and talk now. I just scroll past. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you doing this for clout?
Yeah, like everyone's just trying to, you know what I'm saying, get a little money out of it. But it's mad. It's a mad situation. I try not to look too deep into it. I've never gone out my way to read something about it. It's just always in my face.
Yeah.
And I just feel like everyone's just hypocrites though, because in that whole Hollywood and that whole celebrity, they're all kind of like involved in some way, shape or form.
Yeah,
you get me?
It's going to be very interesting over the next
I just feel like he's the main scapegoat for it right now, but there's a lot of people that are intertwined into,
no pun intended,
this whole mess.
Yeah.
And so for that, I don't know, it's going to be interesting.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Let's hear this.
I heard the recording of him and allegedly Meek Mills, and let me tell you, boy, it sounds rough.
Wait, what was the recording? I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, you haven't heard it?
No.
Jesus.
I remember we have AI and all these kind of things as well, voices.
Yeah,
and
but that is not no AI. That is.
Can you give a summary? Can you give a little summary of what it's about?
According to what TikTok and the media is saying, it is P Diddy and Meek Mills is taking it from the back.
Oh, wow. Okay, say no more. You don't need to elaborate. Yeah, I think that's quite enough. Okay, no problem. Okay, so swiftly moving on. You guys can go and look into that. You can go on TikTok if you want, if you care to, and look into that. Wow.
It's a lot though.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think it is some kind of distraction as well, because they're just throwing out this thing in our faces like a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. We'll see where that goes. I just feel like every so often it just happens to be a black guy that just gets thrown under the bus. So that's why another reason I don't want to buy too much into it, because there's a lot of people that are at these things. There's lots of people that got caught out and we don't see the inside of their homes. We don't see what's being taken out. We don't, you know what I mean? So yeah. All right, cool. So moving on, I'd like to quickly touch on congratulations to Down Sound on selling out the tier 1 tickets in such record timing, as we knew they would. Yeah. A lot of people was getting it misconstrued, saying that, they thought the tickets were sold out. It's not. They're doing it in tiers. So if you are from the UK and you're watching this, then what we would call super early bird would be like a tier 1. And then like an early bird would be like a tier 2. And then maybe like a general sale would be tier 3. And then maybe like a last release, because they're saying that there's no tickets on the door. Yeah, and obviously they're doing that for crowd control reasons, because we saw years ago with Alkaline Concert when I was DJing in Brixton, there was a few tickets left over and they were saying you can buy it on the door, but they weren't expecting 3,000 to 5,000 people to show up on the door to buy those tickets. So it just turned into mayhem. So to control the crowd, they're saying it's ticket only, which is smart, because this is the world boss we're talking about. You know, this is not no normal regular guy. So that's very smart. So well done. They're on to tier 2 at the moment, and they've just released as well that tickets will now be available in stores, and very particular, Fontana Pharmacy will be the outlets where you can buy cartel tickets. So the Fontana's island-wide, Montego Bay or Chariers, Kingston, whatever. Okay. It's Fontana that that they're working with, where you can buy your tickets, which makes sense because not everybody in Jamaica even have a bank card to even buy things online. You get me? True. So that's really good for the locals in Jamaica. And they may be able to do some kind of system where they can bring their money and kind of pay down or save up. You know what I mean? It gives them that opportunity to do that. So, yeah, that's good there. We have the official announcement that Spice is booked officially. Yeah. I just heard I've seen the Angel say she has to be there, but Cartel came out and says there's one artist officially booked, is Spice. So I saw like where Spice kind of clapped back and said lots of people are booking themselves on the show. So
tell us that Angel always want to insert herself in things, man.
big up the Angel though. She just buy a brand new. She just buy a brand new Mercs. She just buy a brand new Mercedes. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
But as Koko said.
It's the truth, isn't it?
Just wait for the call, man. You guys just wait for the call.
Macadamia come out next. Yeah, I'm there too.
Stop,
Two
please.
of them.
Stop.
Come like Batty and Bench.
Yeah. Big up. Do you know what? If she did perform, that would be good. I would like to see her and Spice perform their song together.
Nah.
I would like to see it because I know they had their differences and whatever. I want to see more unity. So the No Worries song, I would like to see them perform it. Big up the Sun. What name again? What do you name again?
Can't remember, but big up the Sun.
Yeah, big Marco Dean.
Yeah.
Big up Marco Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. In regards to Puppy, I saw Popcorn done a little small interview online. He was asked, will he be at the show? He didn't say if he's performing or not, but he definitely confirmed that he will be there. He said he has to be there without a shadow of a doubt. So that's good to hear. Cartel was also asked, will Popcorn be performing? And Cartel said he don't know. He didn't say no. He didn't say yes. He just says he don't know. Wait and see. What do you think?
I think a conversation needs to happen between those two before they can even
be in the same vicinity.
Forward. Yeah, because I think a lot has happened behind the scenes that we, as the public, we don't know about.
And they're suppressing it.
I would like to see Popcorn there because Popcorn is a great performer. I have to give him that. I have to give credit where credit is due. He's a great performer. He's part of the Gaza Empire, so I think it's only right that he's there.
Facts.
But at the same time, you know how me feel when it comes to Popcorn. Like
I know how you feel,
yeah, like I rate him enough, but I'm still hurt.
Yeah.
So maybe the three we need to have a conversation because I need to be involved too.
I'm done. So hold on. Liquor earlier you said we need to separate the man from the music. So why you can't separate the man of what Popcorn may or may not have done?
Yeah,
loyalty
but no,
wise.
this is dancehall.
Yeah, that people
this is
dancehall like different cup of tea. All right, cool. So you feel like Popcorn's got some dues to repay first before it can. Okay.
I think some conversation needs to happen. And I think it will happen.
Yeah. I would like to see it. I would like to see the whole Gaza Empire on that stage. I want to hear them hits from back in the day from the car. I want to hear all them hits there. Yeah,
he also linked up with Lisa Hype. Big up Lisa Hype.
I saw that.
Oh my gosh!
But did you see the video in which they linked up? Did you see the video?
When the car?
Yeah.
Jesus, hit them. Girl, you better get some heartstrings.
Me never asked if you did see them. Me asked if you did see the video.
Me see the video, but me I say see them now. The woman see them. Girl, you got to drink some roots, girl, because your heartstring I got hurt you.
Did you see did you see when Sidem said that men were sending her videos of Cartel in Panama clubbing with girls and stuff like that? Like sending her the videos to try to get in between her and Cartel. She said her and Cartel were laughing about it.
Yeah, I think her love and obsession for the teacher can't go away. So even if no matter what you send her, it's not going to change how she feels about him.
And surely he must have had the conversation with her to let her know, look,
this is how it is.
This is how it is. This is who I am. This is my culture. This is what I do. Rare. And if you can't hack that, you are not the one for me. That conversation must have taken place. So it don't make no sense, man, them trying to... But you see, people are wicked, you know. People are wicked still. Yeah,
this is why it's not good for us, especially people like we in other light and whatever. It's not good to tell people your business and who you're with, because as soon as they know, they want to try and destroy it.
100.
That's one thing I don't like about this industry. As soon as them know who you're there with, in comes everybody. Like when I was going to say something, but I'm trying to be nice this week.
Yeah. This is nice. It's not crazy Koko this week. It's nice Koko this week.
Nice
we haven't
Koko.
seen crazy Koko in a minute still.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. And just lastly on that, the Cartel show. So Sting have made their announcement. I think Nuffy was alluding to the fact that Sting shouldn't do the show and that Sting should join up with Cartel and just promote them and let Cartel have the December. But Sting have clapped back and said no. Sting is for everybody, and I think they've dubbed it that, like December for everybody. I think they've dubbed it as their tagline. And they've announced that the show will be going ahead, and they're saying that why can they not have Sting and Cartel show? And you know what? I am in 100% agreement. I don't see why. Remember, Sting has historically been on 26th of December. Yeah, people can say it's going downhill and whatever. Things and times change. Yeah, people say the man don't like to pay people, whatever. That's his show, yeah? Why does he have to cancel his show because Cartel's keeping the show 5 days later. Why can't the two shows coexist? You know what I mean? Lots of tourists are going to be in the island. Lots of people still like Sting, and I feel like the both of them can exist. So I don't know what you think about that.
If I'm really, I do think they can both have December. But if I'm really being honest, you see, if it was me, I would give Sting a miss this year.
What, as a promoter, you would?
As an attendee.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking at it from a promoter's perspective. Yeah, so I'm with you. If I go to the Cartel show, I'm not purposely missing Sting, but because I need to be in England, as you lot know, for Christmas. Because as I told you, I can't put Cartel before my family, even though I could, but I couldn't, but I can, but I'm not going to. Yeah. So I'm obviously going to fly out on the 26th or the 27th. Do I feel bad about missing Sting? No, because I'm going for Cartel. That's the bigger picture. I guess if Cartel show wasn't happening, then you know what I mean? Yeah, but where it's like sometimes for some people it's one or the other, and if it's one or the other, you're always, for me anyway, you're always gonna pick Cartel show. Some people, I don't know, they may say, nah, I don't like Cartel, I want to go stick. You never know, but for me, if it's one or the other, it's always gonna have to be Cartel. If it could be both, it would be both for sure. 100%. So big up Sting. Well done for still pressing forward to the promoters, and we hope that the show goes according to plan. We hope it goes well, and everybody has a great time. So, moving forward now, the next situation I wanted to talk about is Chris Gayle and Ramesh.
Oh Lord, I'm tired of them too. I'm tired of them. Ramesh, I love you, but I'm tired of you too. Your name always in something. If it's not blocking people, it's buying views. If it's not buying views, it's your woman. If it's not, but tired of Ramesh.
Well, this is what I think. I'm gonna give my opinion first. Ramesh's name is always getting called up. Yeah. Now, from the outside looking in, I'll be like, this guy, man, he must be some mix-up guy, man. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's name is always getting called up rare. But you know what? You see, because I am who I am, and I'm DJ Stylah, which is a very infamous name, yeah? It's like Marmite. You either love me or you hate me. And you see, if you hate me, you don't have a reason for hating me. I can tell you that, because if I ask you why you hate me, you're not going to be able to tell me. You're going to tell me, this one said this, and you heard this, and that's not a valid reason to hate somebody. Yeah, and I've come to the realization that when you're kind of like, let me just talk it. When you're very successful in what you do and you're rising, you're elevating, you become more of a target for other people, and you become more, it's difficult for me to have real genuine friends around me, because the friends that are around me that I try to bring up always end up becoming envious or bitter or jealous of me in one way, shape or form. I try and bring people through.
And I've seen that.
Yeah, and you've seen it. Yeah, it always happens. Yeah. And so it seems like I could be the bad guy, but really I'm just elevating. You know what I mean? And I'm just getting rid of the people that are not meant to be around me. So in some kind of way, I'm thinking, is people always just calling Ramesh's name because he's that guy? Like he's that guy? Or does he have some kind of bad mind ways that he's suppressing and we don't know about, and people are now talking and exposing? I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it.
Either way, it's still good marketing, because people are going to want to know, who is this Ramesh person? Do you know what I mean? So either way, like they say, in the industry, all publicity is good publicity, isn't it? So
I'm not going to lie, from when I've been growing up, Ramesh is someone that I've kind of like looked up to in terms of influence, in terms of how well he's done. He's really business minded. He's really driven, and I admire that. I've seen him give back. I've seen him do this. I don't know the other side to him, because I don't know him like that. So I would never speak and say, no, man, Ramesh, I don't know. You understand? Because
even if you did, it's not your business.
Like, it's not my business. However, what I will say as well on the flip side is, Chris Gayle, is someone that we don't see come out in the media and talk like this.
True.
We don't see it.
True.
You understand? So for Chris Gayle to come out and say something like this, it makes me think like, raw, could this be true? Like, raw, like this don't look good, because you don't hear Chris Gayle coming out and bashing nobody or beating.
For the people them that don't know, what did he say?
Okay, so Chris Gayle said that, he said in one of his recent interviews, So just give you a backstory. Chris Girl has had a party coming up on the 21st of September. That's his party date. And Ramesh had an event with Ding Dong on the 21st of September. Yeah. So the 2 dates, same date. Yeah. So Chris Girl had finally had enough, and he came out and said that Ramesh has has stopped sponsorship deals from working on Chris Girl's event.
Right.
Yeah. And has tried to block him and whatever. And he quite clearly said he don't have a problem with Ding Dong, he has a problem with Ramesh, and said why. Now, Ramesh answered back and wrote something like, don't tell no lies. If you're going to talk, then at least make it be truthful. And you could have phoned my phone. And Ramesh said he don't have the power to stop sponsorship deals. And now I'm going to stop there. I'm going to give my opinion. Ramesh, in my humble opinion, I think you do have the power to do that. I don't know, but I think you do. I think not all of them, but I think some of them you could. Not saying you did it, because I don't know if you did it. But I think that if you did have a word with some of them people, I feel like they would listen to you. And that's credit to how respectful and powerful I think you are. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't know if you did it or not, but I think you hold that power, I believe. Yeah. But what I do think is Ramesh said something right in his reply, and he said Chris Girl could have called him. I do believe it should never have got to social media like that. I do believe, because what Chris Girl said is that he's the one that made Ramesh start making money. He said that back in the day, we're talking from back then, when Ramesh wasn't as big as he was, it was Chris Girl and another person, he mentioned his name, I can't remember his name, but they used to wear Ramesh clothing and then spot and go out and promote him, so people wanted to wear, you understand? So they have history. So I feel like if you've got that kind of history, pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone, yeah.
So in that respect, I think Ramesh is right in that respect. You get me? So
I think a lot of people can learn from this situation, and even us over here in the UK suffering from the same thing. Instead of, as you said, picking up the phone and having a conversation, everyone's quick to fly to social media. And I feel like, where's the respect then? Because if me and you is friends and there's an issue, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you and say, and then I probably go and vent about it.
What if they're not friends though? Because I don't think they're friends anymore.
Yeah, but it's still the respect thing, innit? Because whether they're friends now, they were friends before.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's that thing. But people just need to have a conversation before you jump on social media.
Yeah, that's in a nutshell. Koko just said it. That's exactly it. And I think that supersedes everything. No matter what you want to think, just get on the phone. We didn't need to know all of this. You get me? We didn't need to know this. And then what that done is it opened up a whole kind of world for people just now say Spice wasn't lying. We're telling about the mash mouth boy. We're telling about the nutney boy. It just opens up a whole can of worms. You get me?
Oh my God.
So I tell you, Jamaicans, we're terrible, man. But
is that right, Ramesh? I've not need to.
But yeah, but one thing with Ramesh though, he's very jovial. He always turns it into a joke. The other day he was there running back and that. So that's one thing with him. He always just turns it into a joke and he just kind of just brushes it off and gets on with it. All right. So if you are blocking people from sponsorship deals, Ramesh, that's not good. We don't like that. We don't know, but if that's the case, we don't like that. But Chris Gale, you should have picked up the phone and you should have phoned the man for real.
True.
All right.
True.
Cool. So that's that topic there. Let's stick on the whole social media thing and let's talk about Idonia. Is a name you wouldn't usually hear in Passer and Mix Up at all.
I not even feel comfortable at that moment.
I know, right?
Like,
that's my artist right there. He keeps himself, he keeps himself to himself, and especially what he's been through recently, him and his wife, and they're kind of like we lift those kind of artists up.
Of course.
And what I'm hearing and the evidence that I'm seeing, it don't look good against him, man. For those of you that don't know, I'll give you a little. Do you want to give them a little backstory to that?
No, you go ahead. All
right, so a little backstory to that is Idonia's new song that he's been running with. He put out. Allegedly, he linked up with, I think it was Dancing Queen Machine, might be Machine, Wine Machine, to host a competition, as they do. You know how it goes when you host a competition. It's usually one main dancer hosts it on her platform. You send in the videos to that dancer, she uploads them, and then you kind of like the person with the most likes wins. Yeah. So in all of the videos that were being uploaded, the host, I think was Machine, was tagging Idonia. So you would have thought he would be aware of the competition. Plus, obviously, Machine has said it's Idonia's competition. So in the end, we have a very popular what should I call her? Is she influencer? I don't know what to call her, but her name's Anada. She comes from Guyana. She's Guyanese. Very talented little girl, and she does the makeup things, so she can change her face into any artist.
Oh yeah.
You seen her, right?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
She's dope still. A very young girl. She's bad. She's from Guyana, but she's adopted the Jamaica culture. She loves Jamaica. She flies to Jamaica. She loves, whenever the artists go to Guyana and that she represents, she dances as well. Very talented little girl. She does a lot of comedy skits online now. She's very funny. So big up Anada. She now entered the competition. This when they really go in, they spend their money. They spend. Whether they spend on outfit, whether they spend on props, whatever. She spent up her money, how much she needed to do, and she actually won the competition, I believe. Yeah, she won. She's been messaging the machine to get her money. Machine has not been able to get the money for her. Then I feel like Anada got annoyed and exposed it and tagged Idonia and said, "This is not fair. Like, I've done the competition. It's been 3 days or 3 weeks, wherever it was, and I haven't been paid." Machine said to her, I don't know what's going on because I've been reaching out to Idonia and I'm not getting no reply. So not even I have the money to even give to you. So that was all exposed. All of those voice notes were exposed and Idonia was tagged. That don't look good. Then he replied and said, what competition? He don't know nothing about no competition. And that's where it don't look good because as the host said, how are you going to say that? We've been tagging you all along.
But sometimes, to be fair, we've got to look at the flip side of the coin. Sometimes the artists don't know. It's the management that knows what's going on. Yeah. So.
True.
Like
we don't know what. Yeah, we don't know what's happening. But what we do know is it doesn't look good.
It don't look good. But you see, my thing is, with that now, you should have a bit more empathy in your heart and a bit more love. Because we all see what he's gone through over the past year and he's trying to get back to himself and, live a normal life. You could have been a bit more patient. Do you know what I mean? If it was like a good 3 weeks, I'm going to say, all right, then I know you take the thing for a joke, you get me? But it's 3 days.
I think it was 3 days. It was 3 days.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
But she could have still waited out a little piece. And this is the thing. We run to social media all the time for everything, even myself included. Because sometimes when I want to vape, I just turn on my TikTok, mate. But we need to have a bit more empathy. I don't fully know because I haven't really seen the story like that. Yeah. But from what I'm hearing, she just needs to hold out a bit, innit? What else?
Yeah. So if she holds out and still don't get paid, what is he wrong? What happens there?
Sometimes
because someone has to defend these dancers for real. Because these dancers are people that rebel and that sometimes they're single-handedly responsible for a song reaching as far as it does.
True. So I can't really comment on that one.
The respect for the dancers equally, we have to be more respectful for the dancers as well. And I feel like it comes down to lack of management on both behalves because it shouldn't be Idonia paying the dancer. He's not supposed to be even dealing with these affairs.
True.
His management team or his social media team should deal with that. The Anada, she shouldn't even be dealing with it. She should have her manager that properly can you understand?
Yeah.
So I feel like it comes down to that. So Anada, if you're listening, I would say get yourself a good either a manager or some kind of agent or representative that can deal with these things on behalf behind the scenes away from the media. You understand? Because even if you do end up getting your money, you're always going to be seen as the little ungrateful girl that wasn't patient, that tried to, because he's a big brand. So unfortunately, you're not going to get the upper hand of this. No matter how you look at it, Idonia is Idonia and you are Nada. I know it sounds bad, but no matter how you look at it, he's always going to get the upper hand somehow. You know what I mean? Even if people look at him in a very dim light, it's not going to affect him as such in the grand scheme of things going forward. You get me? Nobody's going to say, I'm not booking Idonia for that festival next year because... because he didn't pay the dancer for, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. But people might say, I don't want to work with her because she's too quick to run to social media. So you have to look at it. I know you're vexed.
Would say, she too barley.
Yeah. So, you have to look at it in the grand scheme of things. Cool. Swiftly moving forward. Ninja Man, he's appealing his case.
Free the boss.
For release.
Next one for come out.
So yes, apparently he's in good spirits and he is making an appeal. That's a name we haven't heard in a while. So wouldn't it be mad if he came out in time for December and was on Sting and Cartel
Oh my! You know what? Don't gas me. Don't gas me.
Super December.
Don't gas me.
That would be mad.
Bro, December on normal again.
Yeah, that would be mad.
That would be sick still. And I hope the appeal goes to plan because, I mean, we ain't really got time to go into the story like that. But whatever happened years ago, and then let's Jamaica system just needs to get it together.
Corrupt.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get it together. But free Ninja man, innit? I'm an artist.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Ninja. And do you know one fact about Ninja, man? Yeah. Do you know that he can't read or write?
Is it?
Yeah.
But he's very, when you speak to him,
he's very articulate. He's very intelligent. I learned
yeah.
that from when he was voicing dub plates for me.
Yeah.
My uncle Sketty, big up Sketty, RIP, big up Algebra, outside Exodus Studio, Red Hills Road.
Okay.
He was voicing some dub plates for me.
Yeah.
And I remember writing down my name at the time. It was Dancehall Syndicate sound I was representing for. And when I was writing down the sound name, they were like, And I was like, what? I was like, he's doing my dub.
Yeah.
And they were like, I was like, he's doing my dub. Like, he's doing it now. He's in the booth. And they were like, yeah, man, I do the dub, but... And I was like, what?
Just tell him.
Yeah. And then they were like, just tell him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what happened? And then they said, him not do them thing there.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like,
bad, man.
yeah, there's
But
like, he don't read and write. And I was like, right, that made me respect it. I respected him even more because this guy can look at you and write a whole freestyle about everything you're wearing from head to toe.
Listen, I never forget, I believe it was 2016, 2015. I went to his studio to interview him. Jesus, Stylah, that's the most excited I've ever been. Because this is somebody that I've been watching since I was little.
Yeah.
So to actually see him, and he's like, yeah, so what, you want to go party later? I'm like, yeah. He's like, which party leave me? I come pick you up. He's like, yeah, I'm not coming down there. You got to come meet me. But he's a nice guy. He's genuinely a nice guy. And he's very helpful.
Yeah.
I never forget, like, the amount of youths that he had around him.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is a powerful man.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the appeal goes his way and he comes out. I would love to see him on Freedom Street. Not gonna lie. That's that prayer. St. Thomas and sent me on doing a thing.
All right. So on the topic of Jamaica, before we move on to the last two topics, is I'm gonna just say a brief news update came out yesterday where I saw, and I just feel like this is so appalling, but they brought the wrong body to a funeral in Jamaica.
Somebody give me a shot of rum.
Big up production shaking their head, you know. What you say, you want a shot of rum?
Just give me a shot of rum. Just give me the rum. Just let me drink the rum. Just let me turn the bottle on my head.
Don't give her the rum. We don't want no crazy Koko.
Just give me the rum. Just give me the rum.
All right. We are now getting a shot of rum.
Oh Lord, we ain't got no cup.
Koko.
I'm dead serious.
You have to do it Jamaica style and shut it in.
Big up to a shot of soca. We take a shot of rum.
Big up shot of soca.
Jesus cream. Listen,
I see shot of soca going on with things. Oh, there's a big debates over there with that carnival cast that you lot done. I soon give my own like a 2 pence. And big up Natural Mystic as well.
You want a shot? No,
I'm good. He's a very opinionated guy, but he said some things that to agree with still. Big up Natural Mystic anyway, there, my bro.
Oh Lord. Let me take a shot first, because I just can't hold.
Do you know what? I'm gonna have half a shot, and I don't even. No, do you know I don't drink. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Yeah, do you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, pour a little bit in there. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do because this is deep still. I don't even drink like that, so I'm not gonna make Koko come and corrupt me. But what I'm gonna do, yeah, just for the essence.
Oh Lord.
All right, good now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna hear from Koko now. So as I said, people, the wrong body was carried to the funeral. Yeah. What's your thoughts?
What? I think if it's the same story, wait, was the body cremated?
No.
Okay, so this is the second story now.
And the reason why, not sorry to cut you, the reason why it wasn't cremated because the auntie that was speaking about it, or the lady that was speaking about it, one of her comments, I say this respectfully, it's just the way how Jamaicans describe things is quite funny, but it's not funny what the content is. But the lady said, me know Anna she because she for her ear ball and she have hard ear and I, sorry.
You know what? They got Jamaica in it.
The way how they describe things, because they're so like, as you said before, no filter, very brawling, very just open, and it's the way the lady was describing it. But no, she wasn't cremated. They was able to see, and that's how they knew that it wasn't their loved one.
Thank God. But you see that kind of carelessness, it needs to stop. There was another story where the lady, she flew down. I'm not sure if it was Jamaica, to be fair, but it was in the Caribbean. She flew down to bury her son. The people them cremate the son. The son was supposed to be buried on their land. And the funeral home cremated.
Who authorized
what
that?
kind of carelessness? Listen, like, that could never happen in England. I will sue you.
Yeah, that's straight money. So what happened? Was there any like what did you know
I
happened?
don't know what happened after that. All I know is
Probably
that the
just a
woman
sorry,
was
innit?
she was just
Besides
distraught.
herself, yeah.
Yeah, she was just
Oh,
distraught. Like,
man.
how? So we need to, like, come on, man. Funeral homes, what are you doing? These are our loved ones, you know.
Do you know what I think it might be, Koko? If it's judging by how the police system is run, I feel like that's what it is, because the police system is run with books and paper, right? When you go to log a report in the police station, you see the man take out the big old book
Yeah.
and they're writing, and I feel that that's the problem, because that's more room for error. You know, when things are on computers, yeah, you get the little man make the glitches and that, but when things are on computers, yeah, it's things are more organized, things are more, you know what I mean, up to date. So I feel like they probably just wrote down on a piece of paper, cremate. You know what I mean? Someone just wrote that down, and you get me. So I feel like somehow we have to try to come up to the times with what we're doing to because this is not small problems. This is big issues.
It's a major issue.
Big, and you can't undo it. It can't be undone.
No.
You know what I mean? You can't uncremate someone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not funny. Sorry.
No, we're not laughing at that, but you can't uncremate someone though. You got to piece them back together. Sorry. No. It's the rum. The rum.
It's the rum. Blame the rum.
And it's the JB rum, you know. It's production's favorite, Jan Krabati.
It's strong too. But I just don't understand the carelessness, man.
Yeah.
It's that for me, and I don't understand why we are so backwards. Surely there has to be some sort of formality where you've got to sign this paperwork, you've got to sign that paperwork. So how are we making these mistakes in big 2024? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We need to fix up as a people, and this is why I feel like us as a community, the more we come together, is the more these issues are going to get resolved.
Yeah.
We're so segregated that we don't really care about our next man situation, you get me? And it's very toxic. I'm just over it at this point. I'm over it.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. You said something very important. You said, going back to like the accountability and when these things happen, and I feel like things have to be signed off. So even if one man made the mistake and put down cremated, there should be someone above him now who makes the final, checks or to check it off. So who's checking it off? Who's, you know what I mean? Like, where's the system in place to make sure that you don't burn up a man's body that's not supposed to be getting burnt? You get me? So yeah, that's crazy. So condolences, and our heart goes out to that family. I can't even say I hope you get it resolved, but yeah, I hope some kind of consolation. Some kind of consolation or justice, because it's not, how do you justify that? But some kind of consolation comes your way. A follow-up on that would be good as well. It would be nice to know how it was, resolved or something, even if it was a payout or something to help the family. But yeah.
No, go let me that sue you. I'll sue you for your.
But it's suing a thing in Jamaica though. It's suing really a thing. Come on.
It's there, but the process again is so long that it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah,
it's like you're evicting somebody over here. It takes a few months or what? Jamaica's like 25 years.
Yeah, like that's and the money you spend and the corruption and
it's not.
I don't know if it's even a thing. Yeah, I don't even know if it's even a thing. But yeah, so last couple of topics, we're gonna come out of Jamaica. It's gonna be music related. Just really quickly is Offset and Cardi B. I don't really look into hip hop news like that, entertainment news, but I don't know if you want to touch on that real quick.
You know what? Big up Cardi B.
Wait, let the viewers know what's just in a nutshell what's happening with those two, if you know.
So we all know that they were married. Allegedly he stepped out of marriage numerous times and she's had enough, and one of them filed for divorce, and I'm not sure if the divorce is final, but it's a point now where they're no longer together. She's just had another baby for him, so she's had 3 kids for him. They're no longer together, and it's just spewing basically on social media,
onto the internet, literally.
He said one thing, she said another thing, he said something else, he made a song, she made a freestyle. It's just a whole bag of palaver. But my thing is this: you guys cannot be attacking each other, because at the end of the day you have children.
That's it.
It's not about you at this point. It's not about your feelings. Whether you're cheating, whether you're doing whatever, it's not about you. Take your feelings outside of it. Deal with it off air. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like she would have probably kept it off air if he didn't do certain shit.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's very toxic, like I was saying. And going back to my point, what I made earlier, as soon as people know that you're with this person, all of a sudden things starting coming out and allegations and all this shit. So I just feel like they should keep it off air, if not for the sake of themselves, for the sake of the children.
Yeah,
Because it's the children that's going to be affected at the end of the day. Do
exactly.
you understand? And I don't care how much man them she want to go stupid or how much gal that he want to do.
But she's an ex-stripper.
Yeah.
She's an ex-stripper.
Yeah,
Like,
but he knew what he was getting into
That's
at the same time as well. So it's a thing where, yeah, they just need to sort it out, man. Like, we don't want to hear your business.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Couldn't care. And one thing I will add to that is it proves though that for those of you that are familiar with the word bun, yeah, that's why some of you man them out there, just be a one burner. Just be a one burner like Cartel, yeah. And just be a one burner, because you see when you go around here doing these kind of things now, when the girl turn around and decides she's gonna give you bun, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it, you understand? Because he's now looking out on Cardi B and saying whatever he's saying, but he's been stepping out of the relationship
from day dot.
You understand?
Yeah.
So really and truthfully, you can see it's bonding him, because when she's doing her lives, he's up in there commenting, and you know what I mean. And it just don't look good. It's not demure. It's not mindful. It's not cutesy.
It's not cutesy. Right. We don't care. Like we really don't care.
It don't look good. So whatever's happening, whatever happened with that, sort that out. You know what I mean? And there's nothing like a woman's school, and I feel like she's just saying things now to bun him because she can see she's getting to him. You get me? So she's like, he's saying things like, "Oh, just tell the truth. You effed while you had the baby inside of you," and she's like, "Yeah, I did." Like, you know what I'm saying? This is very messy. It don't look good. So anyway, that's Cardi B. And some of you bloggers as well need to do better, because one of you put up a post of Cardi B and labeled it Nicki Minaj. So some of you bloggers need to do better as well. That's very messy.
That's mixed up.
Yeah, that's messy.
Messy.
That's messy.
Very messy. And I think they do it for clickbait as well. Because we know.
100%.
And then, these two got issues from way back. Like, come on, sort it out. She don't need no more stress on her, innit? Leave it alone. It's just like with Nicki when she was allegedly going through her divorce and whatever. We don't need that. Like, we don't really care, you know?
Yeah, we don't care. I don't care. I couldn't give a toss.
I'm just saying, I don't know about the Americans and the other people them, but we in the dance out, we not really respond. We not care.
Business. Yeah. So that brings me on to the final topic. It might also stay within that kind of hip hop thing.
Yeah.
You showed me about this actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know. The Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Some good. Oh, I think it's good. Well, you telling me? You
I
saying?
love Eve. I just think, oh God, I just love her. She just seems like a girl's girl. She seems like somebody I can hang around with and crack 2 jokes. So basically, she's allegedly sold her catalog, because we haven't really had no clear news about that. But allegedly, she sold her catalog for, I believe, around about 50 mil.
Yeah, it was an eight figure deal. So that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm proud. Like. Feel like a mother. I'm just excited for her. I really miss her from music, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really wish she would come back to music, but now she's a mother and she's a wife and she's got other things that she's doing. But I just love her. Yeah. I love her. She's one of the few old school, I would say, rap female artists what I really, really respect. Do you know what I mean? There's always gonna be Little Kim, but you see, for me, it's Eve. I love Eve. Yeah. She branched off from music and did a sitcom. Her sitcom, I used to love watching that. Oh my gosh, it was festive. So yeah, I'm just happy that she's I'm happy that she's happy.
Yeah.
And whatever makes her happy makes me happy.
Yeah. Nah, man. I have to agree with Koko. Eve is one of the rappers that I rate.
Yeah.
Like, coming from that era, the late 90s, early 2000s. We're talking. It was, for me, it was Eve, and it was always Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Like, they were Missy Elliott. I was a major fan of Missy Elliott. They were my artists, and then coming away from rap with females, it was always Lauryn Hill. They were my artists. Till this day, I'm still listening to them. You know what I mean?
True.
And with Eve, when you told me what you told me, I went on YouTube to try and kind of search and look into it to see, was it her publishing rights she sold? Was it her what did she sell? And on YouTube, I couldn't find nothing actually. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. So if you didn't know that, remember where you heard it first out of many podcasts. But I did go online and I Googled some stuff and I was able to see it said 8-figure deal, and it just happened 2 days ago. The report came out. So it's fresh. Like, I don't know when you're going to hear this, but it's fresh. And I also, that led me on to looking at some interviews of hers, and I don't know, man, I just fell in love with Eve all over again. I was watching the interviews and I was like, this lady's been through it, and I'm gonna quickly give you a rundown, just some quick facts that you lot probably didn't even realize, because I didn't even realize. But when she first came on the scene, her mum got pregnant with her when her mum was 17, so she was raised with a single parent mum. And then when she turned 17, 18, she like went off with her friends and she went in to be a stripper in a strip club. But she didn't last long, because she said she was the most laziest stripper ever, because she lasted 2 months because she didn't want to do it. She what she was doing is, when the men were coming in to whatever, she was like, well, I can strip for you, but I'm not good at that, but I'm better at rapping. I can rap instead. So they were like, okay. So then she was rapping, and then one day Mace came in, and she didn't know who Mace was. She didn't know anything about him. And then she was like, look, I'm not really into the stripping thing. I want to be a rapper. And he was like, yeah, I can tell you're not into it. He was like, all right, show me something. And she rapped for him. And that same day, he was like, get out of here. Like, get out of here. And she did. That's what she done. She got out of there. He invited her back to, not to his place. He said, let's drive around in a car and just listen to music. And she was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, unless my girls are coming, I'm not doing that. So he was like, all right, I'm with my boys. They can drive in the car with my boys, are behind. And she was like, all right. And that's what they did. Her homegirls were in the car behind with his homeboys. And she and him was in the car, and all they done was drive around the town listening to music. They went back to his auntie's place or something. They ended up waking up on the sofa. He was gone, long gone. And since then, I think he took her to Dr. Dre and whatever. And then Dr. Dre heard her, signed her immediately. But then she spoke about everything was going good, and then Eminem came along to Dr. Dre. And Dr. Dre kind of ditched Eve, left her to the side. So then Interpol, which is Rough Riders, called up Dre and was like, look, if you've forgotten about her, we'll take her. So she went to Rough Riders, ended up being on the remix there, ended up doing her thing there, and then went on to doing her own thing. And then obviously we had the hits, like we had the whole Let Me Blow Your Mind with Gwen Stefani. We had Who's That Girl, Grammy Award winning hits. We had Tambourine, which came later on, you know what I mean? So Gangster Lovin', Alicia Keys. So that was her kind of journey and her story. She spoke about like going up to Foxy Brown and people back in the days, females that she admired, and them greeting her negatively. So she ended up having to diss them, and they were doing diss tracks. She spoke about her friendship with Keisha Cole and then how they fell out, and she just spoke she spoke about like quite a lot. She spoke about her coming to the UK and meeting this car racing driver, and she wasn't expecting that, because like the different race, like he's white first of all and British, and she spoke about he had 4 kids or 5 kids already, and she was skeptical about that. And then she had problems with having her own children, and miraculously she had a child just recently, and she's 45 now, so she had a child quite late. So that is a miracle, big up. And she's happily married to the guy, and she now lives in London. She's back and forth between London and New York. So her journey and her story was so interesting, and I know you guys would have learned something from what I just said too, because even I didn't know that, you know what I mean? She was in the barber shop, she done her acting, like she was like, man, she's just a phenomenal lady. She is definitely one of the legends, you know.
I think a lot of people underrate her talent, and I don't see why. She's so talented, and she's very humble. You can tell, like she's one of them ones that you'd be in a room with and can just be at ease. Do you know what I mean? I love that about her. I'd like to meet her in real life one day. Eve, if you ever see this podcast, we would like to have you on the show.
Yeah, we'd like to get you on the show.
Oh my gosh,
don't rule it off, you know. She's in London, you know. Don't rule it off.
Bro, oh my God. Let me not, because I'm a Pisces. I'm just dreaming in my, oh my God, I'm getting excited.
Don't rule it off.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So EVE, man. Legend.
I'll just sit here and look at her like, oh my God.
No, you can't do that. We have to interview her. We have to actually interview her.
No, you could talk. I'll just sit and watch.
But congratulations, man. That seems like a power move. She's got her money already, and the money that she'll make from it, she can use it and invest and create more generational wealth for her children. You know what I mean? So that to me is a power move. What she did.
When you sell your catalog, do you still get the royalties, or do they?
Depends what deal that you've gone for in it. But at that price, I would imagine she sold it all off at that price, because that's a very high figure. You know what I mean? But what more do you want? You can take that 50 mil and make that into whatever you need to make it into. We're not talking like a mil here. A mil is a bit of a gamble, because like you can blow a mil. My house in Chelsea is worth 4 mil. Do you get what I mean? So you can blow a mil, but 50 mil, You can invest that. You can invest that.
Smart move, Eve. Big up yourself.
So yeah, big up Eve, man. So out of many podcasts, that was like some bite-sized snippet, just keeping you guys in the loop of what's been going on.
And we're not gonna miss with all. Sorry, we've been very busy. Stylers are very busy, man. I'm a very busy young lady. On top of that, we're not even gonna talk about production. That's a whole other topic for another day, love.
That is it. For real.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, my people. Yeah, it's good to be back. You know what I mean? It's good to be back. You guys make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're sharing the video. There's a little arrow. Just press the little arrow, man. And share it to your WhatsApp story. Yeah. Share it to your WhatsApp group chats them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just share it.
Unfortunately, we were pressed for time this episode, but the next episode, we will be reading out some of the comments. Big up you guys self. Keep the comment section very active. Very active. I appreciate that. And big up to the Out of Many podcast family card. Enough people I support with.
Yeah, we like it. It's a good look. It's a good look. All right. So that being said, big up yourself. Over and out.
Over and out.
I'm out.